Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make a book, a hardcover book that you can put postcards or images or your own drawings inside. Like this. These are postcards, but the sizes that we're working with now would allow you to do your own sketches or pictures on index cards and glue them into the structure. So this is how we do it. We start out with a long piece of paper, and it needs to be able to bend more easily going this way than it does going this way. It's very hard to bend. So we're going to start at this end and mark off 1 inch with the ruler. And then take some kind of straight edge, a folder or something similar, and press down on the paper and then bend it like that. Okay, and then use that as your guide and begin creasing, making folds the same size, the same distance from the edge, flipping the paper over each time, like so. And take your time. Make sure everything's lining up on the side here. So flip it again. Press it down. So I already know now that my book is going to have 7 images in it, or 7 pages in it. So that means I need 9 folds. But you can make a few extras and then cut them off if you want. Or just, if you start out. So you need, these are called mountain folds. So this gets glued down to the cover, and this is 1, 2, 3 so far. And I'm going to need 7. So keep going. It's 4 or 5. Oop, my paper. Don't worry if they're getting a little bit crooked, because we'll hide it with the cover. Okay, so let's see where we are. Alright, so this gets pasted down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I made 9, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Alright, so I can tear off the extra right here. I can just put my ruler down and then tear the paper against it to make it a little smaller. Alrighty. So this is the accordion, and we're going to glue it so that you're going to attach your images here and here. So let's start with, this page is going to be my my final page say where I'm going to put my signature or just have a pause at the end. So what I want to do is take some glue and glue out this side and paste my page in. It's hard to see with black on black. Okay, now next one. So this is a book. I'm doing images or postcards of one of my favorite artists, who is Frida Kahlo from Mexico. And I have already figured out what order I want to put them in. So make sure you fold it and you just kind of tuck it in right where the fold is. That. Okay, next one. If you want to, you can make the book without any images in it and then put the images in later. Or you can put blank paper in and do your drawings when they're already in there. Okay, one more. So now I have kind of a fun idea for the title page. So I made a circle where her face is, so I can poke a hole. I figured out where her face was and where this bird's face was. So I'm going to poke a hole with my pencil. There. And then tear a little window out. So this would be the title page, but I'm not going to have any words on it. I'm just going to do something a little creative and without words. So that'll, I like it. Okay, so let's do another little hole, just for fun. So you just kind of, when you're tearing it, you just kind of follow the line. I like to put a lot of windows in my books to kind of lead into the next page or isolate some idea so you can't see all of it, but you can see some of it. There's Frida and her bird. I think the bird needs to be a little bigger. Okay, so now I'm going to do that. Put that in. Oops. So, you know, this book, you can display it in a fun way like this, or put it in covers like this. So for this one, it doesn't stretch out. what I did was I glued together all these folds so that it just stayed nice and neat like that. But if you want it to be able to expand and be a little more dynamic, you can do that. And the important thing is getting it nice and creased down so that it stays somewhat flat. So take your folder and crease down the folds really well. Okay, now we're going to put cover on the book, and for that you're going to make two pieces, a front cover and a back cover. And you can see here I've already put the front cover on. Then I want to cut a board that's just slightly bigger all the way around, but flush here where the spine is. Okay, so here's my board, and I want to make sure that it bends more easily going this way so that it matches the way that the paper bends. Because if you attach two different directions together, you'll get a warping. Alright, and then I chose decorated paper, and you want it to be about 3/4 of an inch larger on all four sides than your boards. And then using a glue stick, you're going to glue the board onto the paper. Like so. And then you can use your ruler to block off the corner at a 45-degree angle, and then cut or tear the paper away at the corner. And that will leave you with just a little bit extra here, so that when you cover the corners, it won't be too bulky. It'll cover this neatly, but you won't be trying to put all this paper into the corner. So it's a nice professional touch for gluing your corners down. So I'm going to do that. This paper doesn't tear very neatly, but it'll be fine. There we go, that's better. Okay. Alright. So now we're going to fold in the cover paper, doing the two longer sides first. And you want to make sure you have a nice sharp turn in here. And then you take your fingernail and you bend in that extra little bit of paper like so on both sides. You know, you can take your time bending your paper and creasing it and smoothing it down so you don't have bubbles, and then bend in your corners. You can also use your folder to bend in the corners. Then this side. Okay, so now you can glue that back flap down right there so that the fold comes to the edge of the board like so, and then it's centered top and bottom. There's a little bit of overhang on these two sides. So glue that edge up. Good. Make sure everything's situated evenly. Okay, and then you want to hide all this. So I cut another piece of the same color paper, and I'm just going to glue that down right there. So one helpful tip is to, when you're gluing something flat like this, you want to put a piece of scratch paper under you so that you can get plenty of glue on the edges, but also not get glue all over your table surface, which could be a problem if you finish your book and you stick it back down and it's glued to the table. Okay. Oops. Let's get rid of that. And then you can kind of move it a little bit while it's still wet until you get it even, and then really rub it down. So you're going to make two of those. You're going to do it once on the back and once on the front. And if it's your first time, probably it would be a good idea to do the back first so that you're better at it when you do the front. And there is my book. See how nicely it stands up for display. You can either look at it in a traditional way or you can fan it out like this. It's sometimes called a flag book because of the way these are attached to a long pole or a vertical bar. And there you go. I can't wait to see what you come up with.